Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Robin Lyn Drennen Brown. And I'm your host, Robin Lyn Drennen Brown. How's everybody doing this Monday evening? Hopefully, everybody's doing fine. It was cold out there today. I walked out there and I'm like, I have to go back and get my coat. I think wintertime, that's just won't let us go. So I went to try to take my walk and I did, but my hands was like hurting, like it was like in the middle of winter. I just didn't need my hat, so that was pretty good. Now, tonight I'm broadcasting to you live, and we're gonna do some inspirational words. Now, it is always good to do acts of kindness, and always be kind to one another if at all possible. Because some will get on your nerves and makes it kind of hard to be kind. But if you be kind anyway, it'll make that person probably feel a lot better about themselves because that person's probably having a bad day. And always keep in mind that each and every one of us are just human beings, and it might be that just another human being is having a bad day, and that person don't have anybody to talk to. So try to lend an ear if at all possible. It might help. And try to be the one to make the difference and not be part of the problem. Try to be the one that is not part of the problem, but part of the answer. Because if we're part of the answer and we're not part of the problem, then people are going to see that we are showing peace and consideration, kindness, and love, and they're going to feel a lot better because we also lend an ear to listen to them. And they're going to think, wait a minute, this person is actually sincere in showing me real, true friendship and acts of kindness. You mean there are still kind people out there? Yes, there are, our actors will say. And let's try to actually keep the communities pulling together because it's really doing good. These neighborhood watches we got going, these organizations that we got going for like the youth, where they could go in there and do poems and songs and rap and videos about everyday life and life in general. It really helps them because even people with disabilities and mental disabilities, and they go into these organizations that came up with a way for the youth to express themselves through poetry, through songs, through videos. And they sing about everyday life and the way that they feel. And it's actually helped them out a lot. And they can make their videos and their poems and and their dance videos and their rap music all about life. And that's actually a good thing because they need more stuff like that to do also. And it helps them cope better with their disability because they know they really do have a gift and a talent, and people are out there to support them. Plus, they get to have a little extra fun instead of having to like, oh wow, I got this little disability. I'm feeling in this mood. and don't know why I feel in this mode, then there's nothing actually for us to do. Now, what are we supposed to do? And then they get these organizations out there and they get to go into these recording studios. It's a recording studio, y'all. And they get to write poetry about everyday life, about their feelings, about their disability. They get to do music videos about life, their disabilities, how it makes them feel, what they're feeling, the way they're feeling, and their rap music too, and singing about it. Not just rap, but some do the rap. And they did, these youth today. I mean, they're really talented in these, and I'm glad these organizations came out with them because now they got something to do and a way to cope with their disability and to show the world that they have a talent. But it doesn't have to be not about life. They have a talent that they can put to good use because of their disability, and they could do it about life. And some sung about suicide, some wrote poetry about suicide, but it helps, and it works for them too. And it's a talent they got. Writing poetry, it's talent. It's natural born talent. And even people, like I said before in earlier episodes of my shows, people with disabilities, we have talents and we have gifts. And I just think it's so amazing that the organizations are coming out now to help the youth and disability and disabled youth to deal with their disabilities, but also to show them that they can actually make something of themselves. And while dealing with their disability, they can put it into words and a poem and a music video and rap and whatever kind of music they want to do. They do it about life. Some, like I said, do it about suicide because sometimes it's just the way their depression makes them feel. However, it helps them cope with it and deal with it a lot better. Actually, it's better. And I seen this on television and I heard them singing and doing the video. And first they did a part, they showed a part where this youth was in a studio recording his song. Yes, it was about suicide and how he felt, but it helped him deal with it. And he's a good singer, a good rapper. Then I they showed another part of the room where they were doing their poems, and they have talents too. Just like I say, we have talents, natural born talents, but it helps them cope with their disability, and I think that's totally awesome. And then they have other organizations coming out for more youth and also to make a difference in the world and to show people that there are people out there who really do care. And then we know that being homeless, being disabled, being elderly, being middle aged, being senior citizens, being children, being youth with or without disabilities, that it's kind of harder. You know, it was hard when we was growing up too, but it's kind of sort of difficult. And then you go being out there, you're with your disability and you're trying to deal with your disability. And then you're not feeling like, well, I don't I don't see anybody that's caring. I don't see anybody who would actually give a flip and flop if I was left this world or if I didn't, or why I don't get people that actually realize that just because I have a disability, okay, look past my disability, right? But they don't think that people are looking past their disabilities. So they're like, why do I even bother to try to even go anywhere? Or why do I try to even show people that I'm talented when they really don't give a flip if I have talent or if I don't, because they don't look past my disability? Well, see, now they know that there are people out there that do. And now they have the support they need too. Or if it's a senior citizen, people are thinking, okay, you get to be, say, 50 plus, and you should actually not be seen in the work world, but like not doing much of anything, you know, or because you're old that you don't know what you're talking about. But we do. But we senior citizens don't let that bother us. You see what I'm saying? But it's just sometimes you kind of wish that they would see past age. Because why? I look the same as I did when Dad was born. Okay, I'm 57, getting 58 this year, by the way. Thank God of that. I'm proud of it. And I have been a poet, and I still am. I have my own channel and everything here on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I do stuff for the next door. I do stuff um, on Facebook. I could write my poems. I am a serious comedian and regular comedian, and I have talents too. But I was homeless once, and it really isn't hard, easy rather. It's kind of hard because see, we don't have availability to be able to wash as much as we can. Now, me personally, what I did is I took baby wipes and I would wash myself down. Now, of course, you can't strip down outside, okay? So don't anybody think, oh, wait a minute, she did that. No, but I washed myself down, and then you had these libraries downtown with bathrooms, so you can like wash there, and you don't have like maybe but one pair of clothes, so you really can't like wash them. So if more clothes was available, I mean, they can't very well sew out there because when you're homeless, you can't. But so I mean, if they're not by a pond and it's too freaking cold, flipping cold, it is very kind of hard to like bathe yourself. So what I did is, thank God I got a check once a month, which is about basically like a trip for me. I went into these motels, and the ones that I went to was like $50 a month. Well, they had a place where you could shower because they had showers. They had, of course, the bed, and then they had television. So you got the basics. You got to clean up, and then places I went to had a laundromat right across the street. So that was kind of good for the people that stayed in the motels, which is pretty good because you could either rent it by the day, the hour, the night, or by a month. Well, it does get kind of expensive because look, you don't know what goes on in the room and in the bed or who is in the shower. Okay. And yes, me being a serious comedian and a comedian is going to come out like a comedy. Okay. But it's true. So what I did is I went to the store and here I'm getting all this cleaning stuff. I'm getting wipes. I'm getting pine saw. I'm getting brooms. I'm getting mops. I'm getting whatever I can get to clean up the room. Because you got to really realize that $50 a night, okay, they're not always gonna like do it right, but I mean they try to. They don't never change a mattress, okay? They really don't. That's the honest gospel truth. And as a serious comedian, it comes out of comedy. And because you don't know. So rather than take a chance on getting like athlete's feet or, well, worse, you're bringing your own stuff. Not that you think you're too good to sleep or to take a shower because you're going to take a shower. You're going to be pleased for that one place you could take that shower. And frankly, you really don't care who done what. As long as it's a place you can lay your head and take that shower. But I take and like pine saw, just clean up a little bit, just to be on the safer side. And but $50 a month, I mean not a month, a night wasn't too bad, and I would be able to pay for like a week. So I had a bed, a TV, and a shower if I needed one. But when I was out there on the street, I would make sure I had plenty of baby wipes, and I wash. And it turned out pretty good. I mean, they got a little bit easier, not much, okay, guys. I know that being homeless is not easy, right? But you do have a little bit easier right now because me personally, I did not have nothing but blankets to sleep on, and I slept. Well, I can say that across from City Hall. I don't care what got closed down when it shouldn't have because it was never open. Okay, and I cleaned up after myself, but I did. I had nothing. I didn't have tents like they got, which is a really good thing because that's more like something you can actually live in. And it was sleeping bags and tents. I didn't have sleeping bags. I had sleeping bags. I didn't have tents. It was sleeping bags and blankets. So what you learn to do is you went and you put the sleeping bag down. And then you put the blankets inside that sleeping bag. And you key to it is getting as much cushion and padding for you. And you sleep in your clothes and your shoes. You don't take them off. So you get as much as you can because it's all about that body heat that you need. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not sleeping with a friend or anyone else that creates body heat. Or if you got now there's people out there with pets too, so they probably have them in the tents, but are up underneath the blankets. Okay, me personally, I did not. So I created the body heat with my clothes on, and I put it all the way completely over my head. And actually, it was pretty good. I was out there spring, summer, fall, and winter because it's just something about there's only one shelter I stayed in, and that I really liked it because I didn't get like a uh just an uneasy feeling and like you was being watched but there was no one there and you'd hear voices of people that was nowhere around to be. Believe me, I stayed in one time and I heard voices there and there wasn't nobody there, and it wouldn't come from outside and it wouldn't come from the hallway. and it wasn't coming from the folks that was inside there working. It's like, okay, but it was the fact that I felt like I was being watched. Wasn't a human watch. So I said, okay, I'd rather just sleep outside. But I did wish that they'd give like a shelter to sleep outside in, right? But it's all right. I've only been homeless once. And then I went and got into Family Haven. And I, from there, Family Haven helped me get into my very first place for a long time. Not my first place ever because I had some, but helped me get into one. And I liked it, Family Haven. And I would get out when I was younger. I worked one time as a bell ringer for uh, the Christmas thing that Salvation Army does, and it was pretty good. They get paid you a paycheck and everything. And but see, if places like that, you feel like you've been watched. But so I did go to sleep, but it's still. I was like, okay, so they got a little bit better, which is kind of good with the tents. And I just learned to do it the old-fashioned way. You put down your sleeping blanket first, and you put as much padding there as you can, and you put the blankets inside there. You keep your shoes, your coat, your hat, everything on, and you get in that sleeping bag, and you pull the covers up over your head. And I didn't even realize it had snowed, it had rained, it had sleeted or anything. It didn't touch me, thank God. But because I'd wake up and it'd be below freezing, and I woke up one time and there were snowflakes, but it didn't get where I was at. The snowflakes did, but the snow didn't, get on me or get where I was at. It was like a little cubby hole there, and but I was still outside, and so I didn't get wet, I didn't get frozen, but it's really harder for them. So I am very proud of anybody who could get the time to help yourself or get help, which is brings me up to another part of this segment. Um, I'm trying my best. It's a thought that I want to do, but the organization I want to start is everyone and every animal eats, because every animal and every human being has to eat. Now, I was my thought was I'd have a restaurant open, and it would be called Everyone Eats. Well, animals have to eat too, so I have to add animals as well. So it'd be everyone and every animal eats, and it would go by what they can afford to pay, regardless if it was $0 to $1 billion. Everyone and every animal would get some food. That's everyone eats. Now, everyone needs shoes. So, everyone shoed is a second one that I want. Then, everyone housed and every animal housed as well. Because animals and human beings both need a place to live. And then the organization, everyone eats and every animal eats as well, would be a 24-hour a day, 7 day a week, 365 days out of the year, because they always need something to eat. The clothes, now I kind of figured that I would personally have them like tailor made, uh, so it'd be like more personal, but it doesn't have to be. Just so that some people have at least 7 outfits for the whole week. And of course, yeah, I have to take their measurements, their inseams, and all. And I'm trying to get people to start it up. And I'm willing to work with any organization or anyone who can, because me being below poverty level, of course, I can't start it up. And I love to cook. And I wanted to always open up my own restaurant, but it would be a restaurant after the organization got opened up. So, I mean, if y'all want to out there want to do it, you guys don't have to, but they would appreciate it, because a lot of them out there really do only have like one outfit. Okay. And that sometimes that one outfit can walk all by themselves. Believe me, I've been out there, been through that, done that, and hoping and praying to God it didn't smell. All right, so I understand, and that's the reason why I like the organization called Everyone Eats, as well as every animal, because I had to add something. Animals have to eat too, so you got to open it up to where it's everyone and every animal eats. The other part of the organization, everyone clothed. That is because I know what that's like. You know that them clothes you got on could probably take a walk and leave you. Okay, so it doesn't have to be tailor made. I just wanted to be a little more personal. Getting clothes from someone who truly cares. It's just my little way of maybe showing, like, oh, I do care. I thought, since I do inspirational words, I might put like, you are special. You are somebody. You are human. You are beautiful. Just like little things like that. But it doesn't have to be on the clothes. It could just be regular clothes, you know. So, and then the other one is because I know everyone and every animal, regardless of whether they can pay or can't pay, they deserve a place to live. If it's nothing more than just like one room, they just deserve a place to live. They don't deserve to be without a place unless they choose to be, which means, therefore, have chosen the hobo life. Nothing wrong with that. You can learn a lot from a hobo. And it's true. Believe me, you can. They're really fun. Some of them are. They're not. It's not always about because they have an addiction. But hobos could show you a lot more than just because they choose to be out there like that because they like that. They like the outdoors. Nothing wrong with that. But still, everyone does deserve a place to live if they want one. And so that's why I chose to come up with everyone and every animal housed. Because everyone and every animal deserves a house. And everyone deserves a pair of shoes. Because you can only wear shoes for so long before they start getting holes in them. Then you're walking barefooted, and that's not always a good thing. So, those are the 3 ideas that I'm putting out there for y'all. If you would like to do it, everybody would appreciate it who's out there who needs them. So, I love you guys. God bless you guys. Happy Monday.